Welcome to this presentation on how to write the CIPD Level 7 questions for 7CO01 assessment for 2024-25. You can visit our website by clicking on link provided in comment sections or chat with us on WhatsApp on clicking link to get best expert help. You will find how to write this question in this video. Kindly subscribe us to and message us on. Unconscious bias refers to automatic, mental shortcuts used to process information and make judgments. In the workplace, it can influence decisions in hiring, promotion, team dynamics, and leadership opportunities. For example, managers might unintentionally favor candidates who resemble themselves or fit a traditional profile of success. These biases, although often subtle, have a cumulative effect that perpetuates inequality and undermines efforts to diversify. The challenge lies in their implicit nature. They operate beneath conscious awareness, making them difficult to detect and correct. While awareness training is a start, studies such as those by Greenwald and Krieger, 2006, show that awareness alone rarely changes behavior unless supported by structural changes. This highlights the need for formal and ongoing strategies to disrupt these patterns and promote a genuinely equitable environment. Without addressing unconscious bias in a systematic way, organizations risk falling short of true equal opportunity ideals. Organizations committed to equality need formal interventions that reshape decision-making processes. One approach is to design structured interviews where all candidates are assessed using the same criteria, reducing room for subjective judgments. Blind CV screening, removing names, ages, and photos, can prevent demographic-based assumptions. Diverse panels in recruitment or promotion discussions bring multiple perspectives, diluting individual bias. Beyond recruitment, unconscious bias training should be mandatory and recurrent, not one-off sessions. Research by Devine et al., 2012, shows that evidence-based training programs can reduce bias over time, especially when paired with practical strategies. Additionally, regular audits of recruitment, promotion, pay, and performance decisions can reveal patterns suggesting bias. Data-driven reviews help organizations take corrective action and hold leaders accountable. These measures demonstrate that equity isn't left to chance, but is a strategic priority embedded in organizational systems. For measures to succeed, they must be supported by a strong cultural and leadership commitment. Leaders set the tone. When they openly model inclusive behavior and acknowledge their own learning journey with bias, they create a ripple effect. Equity must be embedded in an organization's core values and reflected in everyday actions. Promoting psychological safety, where employees feel safe to speak up, share concerns, and challenge bias, is essential. Research by Amy Edmondson, 2019, underscores that psychological safety enables open dialogue and continuous improvement. Holding leaders and managers accountable for equity outcomes ensures that this commitment isn't symbolic. Performance reviews and incentive systems can include inclusion metrics. A true equal opportunity employer doesn't just introduce policies, they actively live their values and create systems that promote fairness, inclusion, and equal voice. A culture of accountability reinforces the long-term impact of anti-bias strategies. Ongoing measurement and reflection are vital to reducing unconscious bias sustainably. Organizations should collect data on representation, promotion rates, turnover, and employee experience across different groups. This quantitative insight, paired with qualitative feedback from surveys or focus groups, helps identify areas where bias may be influencing outcomes. Importantly, the approach must be iterative, using data insights to refine and enhance interventions. For example, if feedback shows that bias training isn't resonating, content or delivery methods can be adapted. External benchmarking also offers value. Comparing practices with industry leaders helps set ambitious but realistic goals. McKinsey's Diversity Wins, 2020, report highlights how companies that regularly review and evolve their inclusion strategies tend to outperform peers. True equal opportunity isn't a destination. It's a journey that requires persistence, openness to change, and a strong learning culture driven by data. In conclusion, unconscious bias presents a significant barrier to achieving equal opportunity in organizations. Without formal structures to address these biases, good intentions are unlikely to lead to meaningful change. Structured hiring, regular training, leadership accountability, and consistent data monitoring are all essential components of a serious anti-bias strategy. However, these actions must go beyond compliance. They need to reflect a deep, strategic commitment to inclusion. Leadership plays a central role, as does the willingness to continuously learn and adapt. Organizations that take this seriously will embed equity into their core strategy, culture, and systems. Published research affirms that only a comprehensive, evidence-informed, and sustained effort can disrupt systemic patterns of disadvantage. Becoming a true equal opportunity employer is not a checkbox exercise, but a long-term strategic investment in people, performance, and innovation. It reflects both moral responsibility and a business imperative in today's diverse and competitive world.